back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. Today is day number 3 of our sourdough bake-a-thon, and today we're going to be doing strawberry muffins. Hey, Mr. Perfection, you're first. Okay. It's a redemption series. Usually our sourdough bake-a-thons include 7 different recipes over 7 days, all using sourdough discard. August, redemption. Okay. Everything, almost everything that pained me, that failed on live. I mean, come on, we made flatbread, we made pudding when we're supposed to make a loaf. There's all these different things. Yesterday we made sweet potato bread, and I'm about to show you what it looks like. Amazing. And it's oh, the taste is amazing. Okay. And the day before we made banana bread. Banana bread's supposed to be super easy, super quick. But when I did it for live, I may put it. Okay. I would never live that down. It's living on my channel. I will never live it down. Anyway, we're gonna do strawberry muffins, but before I start, I'm going to show you what I made yesterday. So I've already cut it up, sliced it, diced it, all that good stuff. Okay. This I froze it, by the way. Oh, there we go. So make sure you can see. So this is the sweet potato sourdough bread we made yesterday. No commercial yeast. All we used was this card. It needs work, but it works. Do you see this? It's frozen now. But look at the crumb structure. Okay, look at those holes. Look at this. Amazing. Okay, amazing. So I made this yesterday on live and I cut it afterwards. But I just wanted to show you what it looks like. There is a picture on my community tab. Honestly, it doesn't do it any justice because this is orange slash yellowish orange, right? It's a mixture, but mostly orange. When I take the picture, it really doesn't reflect the beauty of it. Let me tell you something, okay? This and what's that thing called? French toast? Oh, we're doing this, baby. Oh, I'm gonna be a whole fatty. I am. Summer's almost over. I don't need a summer body anymore. Anyways, let's move on to business for today. We are going to, like I said, make sourdough muffins. This is a brand new recipe from what I tried on live. So I'm hoping that it'll work. Okay. So we're going to use some baking soda. Yes. Because I'm learning that with some things, we need to add baking soda. Because the sourdough is more on the acidic side, this will neutralize it and help. Okay. So instead of giving me something dense and gummy, it actually produces, I want to say carbon dioxide. It produces gases and it actually helps my crumb structure form beautifully. I'm not a scientist, I just bake, okay? Anyway, so we have the flour, egg, strawberries. Now, these aren't strawberries that I picked, these are ones that I picked up from the store. And butter, milk, and a little bit of sugar. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be adding any spices to this because I just want to see what the recipe is as is. And of course, we're gonna be using our beautiful discard. Can you see it? Yeah, beautiful discard. This is Fred Jr. I added. Oh, this is different right now. Like, what's happening here? Anyways, I added fresh starter to it because I refreshed my actual starter. And this is what we have. He's active, which is a good thing for me. I I lost my train of thought. One second. So typically when I refresh, like if you're new to me, typically when I refresh my starter, I put the excess in a container like this. We have a small one in the fridge. Her name is Frederica, but we're only dealing We're only dealing with the junior right now. Oh, today? Okay. I see what type of day this is about to be because I don't understand. We were so fine. Why are you acting like this? Anyways, we are about to weigh out the discard that we need because I don't understand. This is not supposed to be that type of day. It's supposed to be a nice, easy day. So anyways, I have my recipe here. I wrote it down. I'll show you here. I wrote it down so that you can see, and I can see I have the cup equivalents that I will eventually add it to the description box of the recipe once I've done everything so that you can see. Okay, so for this recipe, we are going with 100, oh no, 200 grams of discard. That's about 2 cups. So again, we're going to use discard. My discard is active. So do with that as you will. Mine is active. Yours might not be, but mine has some life to it. He's been chilling in the fridge, but he's active. So we need about 200 grams. I typically like to weigh the discard before or by itself before adding any other ingredients. Reason being, I typically get more than enough. So right now we have 220 grams in here. I'm trying to be precise, so I'm trying to get 200 grams because you already know my history was adding anything extra. It never works. It never ever works. So we have 200 grams of discard. And later on, while we're baking, I'll show you the starter that we mixed up yesterday. So 200 grams of discard. And then we're gonna add the milk. We're gonna add the butter. We have to melt the butter, so I'm gonna melt that. So we pretty much add everything except flour and baking soda to the discard. We'll add that after. I'm just closing up shop. Just give me 1 second and then we'll start. But this should be a nice, fun day. I mean, all our baked days are fun, but yesterday was a bit too much sometimes. Okay, it was a bit too much because I was stressed. I wanted to make sure it was going to come out because I'm tired of being embarrassed. Okay, I'm tired of being embarrassed on live. So we have this part here. I'm going to melt the butter, and the butter is about 50 grams. So I'm going to melt it while I add all the other ingredients. But if you don't have butter, you don't want to use butter, you can definitely use a neutral oil. So think avocado oil, vegetable oil, canola oil if you use it. Um, Me personally, I would use coconut oil, not neutral, but it's delicious. These are just things that you can add. Don't want to use butter. So the recipe is calling for 60 grams of butter, melted butter. This butter is salted. So we're gonna add it. Now I will let you know this is my very first time making this recipe. So we're about to figure it out together. We are going to figure it out together. Okay. So we have 60 grams of butter and we need 100 grams of milk. And for the 60 grams of butter, it's about a quarter cup of butter. And for the milk, we need 100 grams. That's about half cup of milk. Okay. I'm trying my best to make sure I include everyone because not everyone weighs their ingredients. So I'm trying my best to give it to you. But I weigh I have 2 cups. So this is about 100 grams, 103, but that's enough. That's fine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to and just a little bit before I add anything else because I want to see the texture of the mixture. But this is the butter, this is the discard, and milk. Now I also will add salt in this section because I find once the salt is diluted in the liquid, you get an even flavor. There's nothing worse than biting into something and you get like a salt patch, and then everything else is just bland. Just like no. So I always, when I'm making things like cookies, cakes, muffins, anything like that, scones, I mix anything that doesn't have yeast, like physical yeast, commercial yeast, I will add in with the liquid. When I'm dealing with yeast products, I add the yeast to the flour because salt kills my yeast. Salt! I add the salt to the flour because salt kills the yeast. I mean, it's not completely gone. It's just not going to be as active because yeast loves sugar. Okay? Okay. Hey, T. Nice. I appreciate you for joining. Okay, so this is the mixture we have, nice and smooth. This is butter, discard, and what else did I put in here? Milk. Okay, so now I'm gonna add in my extract. And honestly, this is where you play around. You can figure out what you want to go with your strawberry. I like vanilla. It's classic, it's simple, and I like using tablespoons. However, if you want to use 1 teaspoon, you can, right? I just love vanilla. So I'm adding a tablespoon. But if you want to use 1 teaspoon, that is also fine. You want to use 2 teaspoons? Sure. 1 tablespoon works for me, Gets it all nice and glowy. And to be honest, it's going to be vanilla overkill because this has vanilla. My sugar has vanilla. Okay. Hello. Oh, hey, Dwayne. Thanks for joining. So that's what I'm doing. And you can see the vanilla specks. Can you see the vanilla specks? I don't even know if you can see it. But it smells amazing and it's nice and yeasty, but it also smells nice and sour, which is what I want. Okay. So now that we have that in, we are going to add the egg. Now I do like, not all the time, but sometimes, like cracking the egg before because you never know. Something can be wrong with the egg. It's always something. One time I did it, I had to throw out the entire batch of what I was making because the egg had streaks of red. I ended up using it, so that's what I did. So we're gonna use one egg is about 50 grams, give or take. It might be like 48 or 52, depending on the size, but it's about 50 grams. So if you see a recipe called for 50 grams of egg, it's usually one egg. So I'm gonna add the egg in. I'm gonna mix it in. Make sure all the yellow streaks. How you doing, Dwayne? The yellow streaks, the yolk, the white. Make sure everything is mixed in. Because look at this. Can you see that? That's the white right there. You can even mix the egg, like scramble the egg a little bit before you add it into your mixture. That way everything is completely mixed in. I'm telling you all the things that you don't see me doing. Do as I say, not as I do, just so you're aware. Because sometimes we mix and not everything is fully incorporated. And then when you bite into a product, you actually see streaks of something. You don't know what the something is. It's just because it wasn't mixed completely. It wasn't mixed well. So you can mix it up before you add it in, just so that everything is fully cooked. So now that the egg is in, did I add the salt? No, I forgot salt yesterday. We're about to add salt. So this, I would say, getting my teaspoon, probably a half teaspoon of salt or close to 1 gram. Probably like a pinch of salt. Or we're gonna do half teaspoon. It sounds like a lot of salt, honestly. Maybe a quarter teaspoon, honestly. Teaspoon sounds like a lot. A quarter teaspoon looks better. The reason why is because I'm looking at the volume of the batter. Can say I'm just yes. Because my recipe calls for a pinch, but the pinch doesn't give me flavor at all. And then half a half teaspoon is way too much. 1 teaspoon would be too much for this because it's not a large and I don't want a super salty muffin. Because who wants that? No. So we add that in. I'm gonna add the sugar in. I am using white sugar. You see, I have this is vanilla infused sugar. So once I'm done with my vanilla bean, I just put it in my sugar container and leave it. It's been like that for years. So we're gonna add the sugar in. Any brown patches that you see are from the vanilla bean. So if I put it in when the vanilla is wet, it will clump up on the sugar, sometimes get really hard. It happens. But I just use a strainer, like a sifter, just to sift out the large clumps of vanilla and then put it back in the sugar. That's what I did before I came on live. So we're gonna mix this in. It's looking good. Has nice speckles of vanilla bean. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. Super, super, super excited because I really hope this works. I hope it works. Okay, again, I didn't make this ahead of time. I don't know what this is gonna be. I don't know what we're about to see. I don't know anything. What was in this? Sugar. I'm gonna set that aside because what I'm not gonna mix the flour and the baking soda in yet because once I mix it together, I have to pan it. So I have to get my pan ready. I have to get everything ready before I even do that. Because once I do it, mix it in just enough to combine, scoop and bake. So I'm gonna preheat my oven. Should I? Yes. I was gonna say should I preheat the oven, but yes, this is not that bread. Okay. So we have some strawberries. Again, these aren't the ones that I picked. These are the ones that I bought from the store because the ones that I picked would have been way too soft. Way too soft. Way, 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 way too soft. So I'm just going to, I guess I can be a professional and leave a cutting board. And not like more dishes to me, but you kind of just want to cut them small enough, not too small, because you still want strawberry chunks. Like this, I'll probably cut in half. Maybe this one, half. This one in three. Some of them are going to be bigger than others, but I want to have strawberry throughout my muffins because that's another thing. You ever have a muffin and they're like, "Oh, it's a blueberry muffin," and you find one blueberry? Who does that? I want what I asked for. So you can probably leave it at this side if you want, but I'm definitely cutting it down so that there's bits and pieces of strawberry all over. These were already washed and clean and dry. So once I toss them in a little flour, just a smidgen, they'll go in and they should not stick to the bottom. Should not. Keyword should not. Do I know what these strawberries are about to do? No. And my God. As with anything that I do, they do whatever they want to do. I will tell you, oh, this is gonna come out, and then nope, they call me a liar. So this is it. If you're just joining, this is our sourdough redemption series. We're making almost everything that's failed on live stream. And what we're making today is strawberry muffins. Didn't come out, didn't work, tasted great, but it just didn't work. And instead of trying to fight with a recipe, I know this did not work. We made a brand new recipe. Okay? Brand new. I just put some stuff together and hoping for the best. Tomorrow, don't forget, you have to vote for what you want to see me make on live. But we didn't have a lot of failures, which is good. We've been going live since March, April. We've been going live. We've been going live for a while. Okay, so this is the strawberry and I am going to just add a little flour to it, and I'm just going to use the same flour that I am baking with, just so it all goes back into it. Not a lot, just enough to give it a coat. I mean, coating this seems like it's clumping it together. Like, how do people do this? They need more flour. Listen, I don't know. I don't necessarily do a lot of fruit bakes. I don't necessarily, but okay. We'll let it work. We'll let it sit. It's fine. For this, we are using 120 grams of flour. It's not a lot of flour. It's 120 grams of flour. Then we're going to be using 4 grams of baking soda. I'm just trying to get my teaspoon. Maybe. Yeah, it'll be about 3/4 teaspoon, roughly. Yeah, because 1 teaspoon will give you about 5 to 6 grams. So it's about 3/4 teaspoon for the baking soda. So we're gonna just use it. See how I accumulate dishes every time I reach for something new. So this is what we're gonna do. And I have to move quickly, so I am going to pan my line my baking dish. Remember yesterday I was talking about this? I like using the light colored pans as opposed to these guys. These guys they brown faster. They do a good job, but I'm prone to burning in these guys versus these guys. Right? Just a suggestion, you don't have to take it. This many times to know. This bakes in less time. Actually, this bakes a little longer. The other one bakes less time, but it's prone to burning. And you don't want to burn. I'm just gonna line these. No fancy liner, just regular. I'm over here thinking, I hope that so the batter one does not look like a lot. So we're probably not gonna even get 12 cupcakes, muffins, I should say. But I'm gonna line everything just in case. And what we don't use, we take out. But yes, I'm excited for the rest of the week. I don't think I want to do bread for the rest of the week because baby, no. Yesterday was too much. Way too much. I know some people put rice at the bottom of their pan to prevent sticking and burning. You can do that. I've never done it. But you can actually do that. Or get quality liners. That would actually work. Okay, so we're at the part where we're clumsy. This is the clumsy episode now. Okay, so I have this off to the side. I'm gonna move all of these over. Vanilla, we're done with you. And for the priming, we're gonna use the yellow one. 20 ounce, I think this is. It says 20. I think this one's 20. I don't know. But we're gonna use this. The red handle is too big, too small, and the green handle is too big. Okay, we're gonna add flour. And it's like a light mix, fold technique because you just want it to be moist. You don't want it to be super, super, super combined. I need more flour for this. This is what I was thinking. This is not all the fruit, guys. I love it. I love them. I love them, but I don't do fruit and stuff because I just like throwing things in. I don't like following rules. This to me, this is already a problem. Like, why are you so wet? And you're clumped up. Don't follow rules when it comes to baking, which is bad. So we're gonna just add these guys in, and I'm separating them because they're already clumped up. Because the moisture soaked up the flour. And the problem why I don't like using this method is because when you bake it, some of the actual flour is still present. I don't know why I keep doing things I know I don't like doing. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But this is why, like as you can see, do you see that? That's moisture that's already soaked up on the strawberry juices. But it's okay. There's always a workaround. Gonna make it work. Yeah, I'd say skip the flour part. Just probably just add it to the if you want to do the flour section, just add it to the flour right before you add it. I think that was should have added it to the flour right before I poured it. That way it's not sitting down soaking up flour or anything like that. Because what is this mess? This is mess. Honestly, it's okay. Make it work. Well, this is already sitting too long. It has baking soda. That's not something you want to happen. So if this does not work, I'm blaming the strawberries, not human error. Okay? Blaming the strawberries. I'm just trying to get the pockets of flour out because we still have little clumps and pockets of flour, so I'm just trying to get rid of it just so that once baked, we don't have that issue. Because there's nothing worse than biting into something that looks so good and then you just get poofs. And you don't want to overmix it because you will have little holes. This is right. All throughout your muffins. It's called tunneling. 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 That's what comes in it. Tunneling. Comes. It just looks like I call them little wormholes because it looks like something is bored from the bottom to the top of your product. That looks like the right amount. I found pockets of flour. It's gonna plan this. If you want to turn this into like a crumble, you can add a crumble mixture on top before you bake it, or halfway through baking. You can do it that way. So it's a nice light color versus a brown dark color. You can do whatever you want. You can add strawberries. That's what I've also seen people do. I know some bakeries do. Like they'll add stuff in the mix, but once they already do this, they'll cut up more fruit and stuff and try to stick it in so it appears overloaded. You can do that. A number of things. We're probably gonna get the full 12, which is a good sign for me. Some of them don't have strawberries though. That's another thing. Okay, so we're good. We're good, we're good, we're good. I'm just gonna get the last bit. The oven should be nice and warm, ready for it. Anything excess, this last one is not going to have strawberry. That's another thing about these fruit inclusions. Like all the fruit goes to the first five. Look at that. Red, nothing. It's all right. I'm just gonna get the last bit. Again, like I said, you can cut some strawberries, like cut up some strawberries right now and add it to this. I'm just making sure I use every bit of batter because I won't waste it. But I also want to show you because it settles very quickly before I put it in the oven. I'm just gonna show it. Because it's also sourdough, I've seen it with regular muffins. It's also sourdough and it also has baking soda and not baking powder. You're gonna see the little bubbles. You know sourdough bubbles? Like you can see it. Like there's a bubble here. Like you can see it all around. Like this has bubbles all of them. So my oven is ready. We have it at 350. I'm gonna set this for 15 minutes. Typically, it's about 10 to 12. But you know, my oven does its own thing. We're gonna see what happens. Okay. So that's it. This was like mixing wise, this is so much better than the other one. Jeez. I don't know. July was close in a good month. And then we did the strawberry muffins in June. That also was not a good month with those items. So I'm gonna show you my because we refreshed it yesterday. He's looking glorious. I love it. When I came downstairs this morning, you could smell it. As soon as you hit the door, you smell every single thing. So this is Fred. Okay, this is my child. And he probably heard me yesterday because I was like, he's so sluggish, you don't want to do nothing. Listen. I do have one, but I started it before. So it's like if you go into my live streams, there is one where I'm doing my first refresh, but I can do a sourdough video of how to start one or how I started one. But this baby was started back in March 9th to be exact. He was started in March. And he's actually pretty active, but now he's eating himself. So he grew as far as this line right here. You can see he grew as far as that, and now he's down here. So I'm like half an inch. He's sunk. So that tells me he's super active. He's super healthy. Look at the bottom. That's all the lights that you see. And if you remember, it was a stiff starter. Like if I move it this way, you can see him moving. There we go. You can see him moving. There he is. Right? I don't understand how good this smells. And this one I mixed Fred Jr., Fred the Boss together. Okay. I've been I've been trying to just listen to the sourdough, figure out all the different things that I'm noticing. I make notes of it because I have a little book. I make notes of all the different changes, what the starter actually likes, what it needs. I mean, it doesn't need much, really and truly. I don't go through the entire process of, oh my gosh, it needs to be somewhere warm, it needs to be somewhere cool. I don't do all of that. In the beginning, I was so worried because like my house, because I started in winter, my house has a draft. So he had his own little blanket because it was so cold. Because I didn't realize that, sometimes temperature makes a difference. But once I did a few feedings, didn't matter. It's gonna survive. I feel like we put too much emphasis on certain things, it'll be fine. I don't put it in the oven. I don't specifically put it out in the sun. Nope. He has a spot right on my side table with my mixer. That's it. I refresh and put it right there. That's it. I'm not going to refresh today. I'll refresh tomorrow. But we have to go through our discard batch. So hopefully, oh, what are you doing? No, no, I'm not going to be happy. Listen, see, am I talking out of my mind? This is too big. This one, this is too big. I can't. I'm done. Oh my gosh. Cannot. No, time. Every time I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a smooth run. It's gonna be great. Nope. Here comes something just messing up the whole thing. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Mm-mm. It's gonna be fine, but one's a problem. Hopefully the others are not. It kind of feels like it needed. Kind of feels like the liner was too small. Yeah, but it's not that it's not gonna be fluffy. These are gonna they're gonna try to come up, but they don't have anything on the sides to support them. So instead of a nice domed muffin, it's gonna be flat. At least it looks like it's gonna be flat. It might surprise me. It's overflowing. Yeah, this is too big. I thought this would have been the right size, but that one was too big because the other one seems so much smaller compared to it. Right? Should have used this one. But maybe I'll just make another batch right now and pretend we never made this one. If you see me opening, closing, looking, all that stuff, I have a hotspot in my oven, so at some point I have to actually rotate it. Yeah, they are beautiful, but okay, you know how I am. It's like, ooh, what's this? I just wanted to surprise me and just it doesn't have to be done. Just come up, give me some life, just come. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing. Listen, yesterday, since you're here, and you probably missed it, yesterday we made 6 sweet potato bread with sourdough. Okay? Pretty. Yes, I'm gonna open it so that you can see it. Gorgeous. Same 2 slices. This was our sweet potato sourdough bread. Okay? Do you see the crumb structure? What? Perfection. Okay. Oh, let me give you a close up. Boom. Here we go. Okay. It is a very delicious bread. Very delicious. It is not overly sweet. Dessert bread. Because there's sugar, there's spices in there, milk and butter. It's a rich dough. We're turning that into a sourdough. Sourdough. It is already a sourdough. French toast. So excited. Man, how excited I am. I'm so excited. And don't forget to vote for what you want to see tomorrow. Can someone tell me if you're able to see the poll, who's in the lead for tomorrow? I have a feeling pizza is going to win for some strange reason. But it's Wednesday, so why not? Okay. They have a little peak. They have a little peak. So it's good. They're smelling good. I'm going to rotate them in a bit. Honestly, if you don't want to use white sugar for this, yeah, pizza's in the lead. I figured pizza would win. The If you don't want to use white sugar in this recipe, honestly, use light brown sugar, not dark brown sugar, not demerara, light brown. Okay, don't be like me talking about all brown sugar is the same. It's not. Not the same. Hey, I made the mistake, so you don't have to. It's not the same. Light brown sugar, it will give you a beautiful color. Because right now, these are albino. I have some, melanin. It's gonna kick in soon, which is fine. I will love them all the same. But if you want to have like nice golden color, you can even mix the sugars. I'm gonna rotate now. You can mix brown and white together, which would be good, right? You can do that as well. I think it's okay to play with ingredients to get a different result. So I don't see anything wrong with that. And I never follow. Hey, Mr. Perfection. I never follow a recipe through and through, and I think that's my problem. Because I can look at a recipe and be like, ooh, that's not gonna work. Right? But then others, it's like I'm looking at the recipe and I just don't know what's wrong with it until I actually try it. And then once you try it, then you'll figure out, okay, too much flour, too much water, too much whatever. I never say too much butter because butter is life. Okay. You can never have enough butter. Like what? Have we met croissants? With butter. Butter. So I'm excited. So what's going on with you, Dwayne? What's up? Are you still in Canada or you're somewhere in the world? Where are you? It's been a couple of years. Okay. You're eating breakfast now? What time is it? It's still morning. I ate a good breakfast this morning. I'm feeling nice. I realized I had to eat before these lives because if I come on here and I'm hungry, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. Everything's just gonna go wrong. I just can't do it. And you have to make some butter. I'm thinking that this week we might have double streams because oh nice. So why haven't I seen you? But we are going to have fun this week. For the pizza, is it going to be just like a regular cheddar cheese sauce, and that's it? Or are we going for fancy? No, I'm not doing fancy. I don't have fancy money. My fancy, I went to a place downtown. Oh, they have the best sourdough pizza. I don't know. It's something about that whole dough, the airiness of it, the crispy crunchiness, and they had like a whipped goat cheese. Oh, what? Oh gosh, I'm such a fatty. Oh, these are beautiful. See, y'all heard your mama talking. And yes, I was talking about you. I'm gonna rotate them because we have a hot spot. They look so adorable. They smell amazing too. And I don't smell burn, which is good because the bottoms aren't burning. They might be browning. And brown doesn't equal burnt. to me. Sometimes it's just seasoned. So I'm so excited. I'm excited. So we're gonna be here until Saturday. We're gonna come up with other things. I need to comb through my live streams to figure out which things I want to make because these guys were the ones that bothered me the most. The strawberry muffins, the banana bread, the sweet potato bread, and the hot dog buns. Ooh, the hot dog buns, no. We made biscotti. Like how? How do you make hot dog buns into biscotti? It's not even a sweet recipe. Do you understand the dilemma? Too much. Way too much. Yeah, I get it. Life gets into the way, but I'm happy you're here now. Bye. Appreciate you showing up. We have 1 more minute. Gonna put the boss aside. We have 1 more minute, which equals a full 15 minutes. Remember, I was saying it was like 10 to 12 minutes? Yeah, it browns nicely, which is always a good thing. I mean, brownish. It's still a little on the, I need some color in my life. But who's mad at that? I'm not mad at that. It's okay. So again, if you want to add color, mix brown and white sugar together, you still get a nice, yeah, you still get something nice looking. I want to wait until it runs down the timer. But yeah, so mix brown and white sugar, so half and half. So if the recipe calls for 100 grams of sugar, 50 grams white, 50 grams brown sugar. That's how I usually do it. I don't go through the whole, how much? No, I split it down the middle. So if they call for 1 cup, half cup white, half cup brown. Simple. I don't do anything else. That's usually how I do it. That's my math. Okay. So that would give you a nice caramelized color. It's not going to be too brown. It's not going to be too light. Like right now, the sides are brown, the top's white for this. But there's color, so I can see it. You're probably going to see something looking like albino. See? They look good. They look better than the first one. That's for sure. They look way better than the first one. And they smell amazing too. So I'm just doing my toothpick test. This one came out. That's nothing for me to worry about right there. The reason why I say that is because this pan is so hot and it's still cooking. So you ever read recipes and they're like, let it sit in the pan for like 5 minutes? That's usually why. Because you pull things out. Yep, that's all good. You pull things out a little before they're done. Some things like cookies. You can pull cookies out like maybe a couple minutes before it's done, and then just let it sit on the hot pan, the tray, and it still cooks. Because the worst thing in life is a dry cookie. We don't do dry over here. We're forbidden. Listen, I'm losing track of everything. Everything. Okay, so we're just gonna take it out. I'm gonna. I was looking for my handy trusty thing. You can use a knife. You can use your hands. Be careful because it is warm. If you don't do it often, you can hurt yourself. I think that you ever see cooks where they just be putting their hands in food, and you're like, wait, your hands stop burning? Yeah. If you do it enough, you develop calluses on your hand. You know what's too hot for you to touch. You figure these things out real. Now, will I tell you to put your hand on this hot pan? I never tell you to do that. Not even as a joke. Don't be rude. But they are nicely browned evenly all across. So, yes, they sure are, and they smell amazing. So, like, they're nicely brown, like you can see evenly all around. If this was the darker pan, it'd been burnt. No, I know it would have been burnt. I know my other one that said you thought this was gonna be good, right? All of that. They're all even. I rotate because my oven does its own thing. But we have nice pockets of strawberries, like I can see throughout. There's only one that actually doesn't have strawberries in there. And I won't tell you to add more. We use 120 grams, which is what do I have here? That's about 1 cup. If you're gonna add more, I probably feel like I would only tell you to add maybe like 10 more grams, 10, 20 more grams. Maybe like a quarter cup more. Just because you don't want to overload it because there is moisture in the strawberries as well. You definitely don't want to overload it because I've done that where I was like, that's not enough strawberries or blueberries or whatever. And then when you get the product, it's so mushed together because of the moisture, right? That's something that I've learned through trial and error. So getting the right inclusion, that amount is important because it'll throw your entire recipe off, even though it's on its own. It'll throw it off. Like it'll make it soggy and wet. Who wants to eat soggy muffins? No. But I'm excited. This one's gonna be for a picture. Is this the one that doesn't have? Can you believe it? This is the one that didn't have any strawberries. Because this is the last one. Look at this. Look how beautiful this is. This is perfect. Yes, sir. The strawberries are just doing the most. These are the last three. These are the ones that had the additional inclusions. So you can see the dome-like texture. Texture, not texture. Image. Like you can see it. A cute little dome. But I filled a little too much because of that. But you can see it. Some of them are a little flat. Some tried to come up. But that's okay. Oh, it smells like vanilla. Strawberries. What you say? You want to reserve? Yeah, boy, you better come and get some. I'm bringing the school back. Clean, 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 clean. So, um, what's the score? Who are we making tomorrow? Are we making pizza tomorrow? Because if we're making pizza tomorrow, y'all need to tell me what y'all want in the pizza. Because I'm gonna do my regular thing: pineapple. But I'm super happy. I'm just waiting for it to cool a little so that we can both see what it looks like on the inside, and I can enjoy what it tastes like. Okay. Right now, T's watching, so she gonna get you. Okay, she is gonna get you because she is watching. I got some for you. Listen, one for you, one for T, one for Juliana, one for my friend, and all of these for me. There's always enough to go around, you know. But you know what would have probably taken this over the top too? Now that I'm thinking about it, you can add a little lemon zest. I mean, that is classic. Or you can add a little orange zest. When you see me do this and space out, my brain is like moving. Okay. But you can add orange zest into it, add nice flavor. Honestly, if you don't want to add the milk, add the orange juice. Like you could do so much. Now that I know that the recipe actually works, like work, I can swap out the milk, use water if I don't have milk. Is it going to be as rich? No, but it's still going to taste good. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? If you want to add inclusions, you want to make a strawberry lemonade, whatever, take out the milk, add the lemonade, add the lemon zest. And by lemonade, I mean lemon juice, right? If you wanted to make it like a strawberry rhubarb something, same thing. Just mix it in with the spices. Add some rhubarb if you want. Maybe try to find a way of juicing rhubarb. I don't know. But I know this recipe works, so I know I can get multiple variations from this one recipe. I also know, and I think I'm very confident in saying that this could be a loaf cake as well. I can turn this into a loaf cake because they'll just wake up, right? Am I going to test that theory today? No, it will work. I try to make things, as I tell you guys, I try to make things that can double as something else. It's beautiful as one thing. But if I just take out this and add this, it's amazing as something else. That's how I try to make my recipes, whether it's muffins, cookies, bread, anything like that. That's usually what I try doing. So it's not cool yet. We're just giving it a little time, just a little more. But as you can see also, as it cools, I don't know if you can see. Come on. Okay, there we go. Like, do you see? Hello, how are you? As you can see, right? Do you see like the little lines going down here? That is it, quote unquote, deflating. Because I've noticed that with any baked product, but with sourdough, because of all the built up gases and stuff, after a while it kind of comes down. But baked products do that sometimes. That's why, if you overmix, if you add too much of something, you can tell. You can tell this right here. Oh, I know this is nice and soft. It's gonna be delicious, right? I'm not crazy. Know what I'm talking about. I may not explain it well all the time, but I know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not crazy. I'm proving to you that I can bake again. But as it cools, you can see like where it was puffed up, it's now settling in, and you're good to go. I think we're good. Gonna cut one down the middle. Because eating it when it's too hot, not good. Cutting it when it's too hot, also not good. Okay, it's nice and see? Nice. We'll talk about this stupid strawberry. What we're gonna talk about is the crumb structure. It's still hot. That's why it's still hot. But do you see the crumb structure? This is good, right? It's soft. You need to let it cool because like it peels off of the paper really well, and it's good. It's just stupid strawberry. You know what, strawberry muffin, we ain't gonna mess with you again. Okay. And like I said, maybe me, see, it still ended up at the bottom. Who ever talked about putting what you call it? What's that thing called? Flour on it, just but so good. It's still hot. It's really hot, but it's so good. It has to cool 100% completely before you cut into it. What are you doing here? This is why I got that. But it's good. I'm trying to. It's nice and light. Like this is the firm structure. It's light. It's think of box cake. You know, most people like box cake. Not the taste, the touch, the lightness, the airiness. It's so good. The only thing I would do differently, and this is a personal preference, is I would reduce the sugar because it's not sweet. But if your strawberries are sweet with this amount of sugar, it might be overly sweet to some people, and it might just be right for others. I don't necessarily. I have a sweet tooth, but I don't necessarily eat sweet things all the time. But to me, it's the right amount of sugar, but I would do it with maybe a little less sugar if my strawberries are sweet. And also, it's warm. Being warm enhances all of everything. I'm tasting all the vanilla. I use 1 tablespoon of vanilla. You can use 1 teaspoon. If you don't want a vanilla overload, 1 teaspoon of vanilla is fine. Okay? But it's moist. My shimmy. It's good. It's really good. Oh, finally, finally, we have a muffin that we can be proud of. Okay? Finally. Bye. Thanks for joining, Dwayne. Thank you so much. Honestly, this was good. This was really, really good. Also, too, like I said, with the milk, I use canned milk. If you want to use carton, that's fine. It's not as rich. This is nice and rich, which is really good. It's spongy. And do you see that? It's spongy. What? I mean, is it bouncing back? A little, but it's spongy. I'm so proud. Redemption tour. We're 3 for 3 so far. Okay? 3 for 3. Are we doing pizza tomorrow? Oh, that's gonna be what. Remember we made that first pizza? Oh, Lord, the drama. Anyways, guys, this was good. Super proud. Awesome. It is moist, soft. It goes down smooth. And now that it's cool, it's not as sweet. It's good. Redemption tour. This is awesome. All right. Tomorrow, let me check the vote, see what we have going on tomorrow because I think we are going to be doing pizza. Like pizza. Oh, come on. You don't want me to redeem myself? So we're gonna do pizza tomorrow. I have to think about the toppings. I'm gonna keep it simple, but I have to really think through the pizza. And tomorrow we're gonna be doing it live, whether I bake it on a stone or I bake it in a pan. You're telling me to do a Mexican pizza, sir? No. That would mean that I would have to go and buy additional products that I don't have in my house. No, not right now. That's not funny. Why is that so funny? Because I'm asking you guys what you want me to put on the pizza, and here you are telling me what to put on. I'm like, no. Anyways, I will think about what gonna. I don't eat meat. How am I gonna do a Hawaiian pizza? Listen, That's what I'm saying. I want a Hawaiian pizza, no ham, no pineapple. That is it, guys. That's it for this live. If you're watching the replay, that's it for this video. We are going to be back here tomorrow for our day number 4 of our redemption series. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. And we're making pizza tomorrow. Okay? I gotta prep myself. That is it. I will see you back here for another one.